In this video here, we're going to take a look at a little trick how we can calculate manually the accuracy, but also our precision and recall based on our confusion matrix. So usually when we are done training our models, we get all the results out where we have our losses, they should be going down. We have our mean errors, positions, precision, recall, and all those metrics. But another good one, if you have multiple classes in your training and in your data set, is the confusion matrix, where we basically just want to have all the values in the diagonal. We can see which classes are performing good, which classes are performing worse. So in this video here, we're going to take a look at how we can just take a look at a confusion matrix and basically just calculate everything that we need to know roughly how our model is performing, because other good metrics is the accuracy, so how accurate is our model, but that doesn't really say everything. Also the precision, how accurate is our model, and also recall, how much are we missing that we are supposed to detect in the image. So right now, let's just jump straight into a Google Colab notebook. Then we're going to start a training run, so we see what we get out after we train the model with Ultralytics, and we'll get our confusion matrix, all the values and so on that we need to do the actual calculations. So right now, the first thing that we have to do, we can use the free GPU resources inside a Google Colab notebook, so we can actually train the Ultralytics models in 30 minutes to an hour and get some pretty good results. The second one that we're going to run is just, I've chosen a dataset from the Ultralytics dataset tab inside the documentation. You can grab the YAML file directly. We specify the model that we want to train on, the number of epochs, image size, and everything. So I'm just going to start the training run here in the background while we're looking at a confusion matrix, going over the explanation, the math operations that we need, and then we'll get the output here in our runs folder. So if we go back here again, now I'll just jump straight into our confusion matrix. So this is an example of a confusion matrix someone posted inside the GitHub issues on the Ultralytics repo. If you have any issues, any recommendations or anything, make sure just put it in here. You can create a pull request and so on as well, raise issues, get responses and so on if you're facing any errors. Here we're explaining how we can actually calculate all these metrics based on a confusion matrix. So if you just take a look at the confusion matrix, we want to have all the values in the diagonal. On our x-axis, we have our ground truth labels. And then on the y-axis here, we have our predicted labels. So for example, we have open circuit, mouse bite, missing hole, and so on. Ideally, here, for example, we can see that we have 83 predictions of missing hole. This is the ground truth. We don't have any wrong predictions for this specific class. So just from looking at the confusion matrix, we can see our model is actually performing pretty good on this missing hole class, where if we go down and take a look at, for example, background, we're getting some background predictions where it was actually a class. So this is a missed prediction. We can also go up and take a look at some of the other ones. This class here, predicted short, it's also pretty much perfect. There we go. And we just want to have all the values in the diagonal. So these are missed predictions. Let's, for example, say that, okay, we have a prediction here. That's a background. We also have a mouse bite. We have two detections where it was actually an open circuit. So this is a wrong class prediction, and this is what we can use the confusion matrix for. So for example, if we want to calculate the accuracy of a model, we can take and sum up all the elements in the diagonal and divide it with all the numbers here in our whole confusion matrix summed up, because then we actually get all the correct predictions divided by all predictions that we have made, or in our ground truth table. And if we want to make a prediction for our precision, so how many detections are we actually getting correct, and we can have very high predictions with our model, but we could also miss predictions. Could be that we have a lot of predictions which are wrong, but we still get it as an actual prediction. So for example here, let's take a good one here. We have the spur. It could also be an open circuit. Let's probably take the open circuit here instead. We have 21 correct predictions, and then we have some missed predictions here as well. So a mouse bite, where it was actually like a mouse bite. So to calculate the precision, we just take this number here and divide it by summing up the whole column here. So that will be 25, 27, so 21 divided by 27. That will be our accuracy for this specific class here, because we have our ground truth labels on the x-axis. So then we sum the rows. If we want to calculate our recall, so recall is pretty much how many predictions should we have detected. So how many are we essentially missing? By doing that, we can just take, again, our value here in the diagonal for a specific class, and then we have to divide it by the sum in the diagonal here. So that will be 26, 28, so 21 divided by 20, 21 divided by 20, that will be 28. So we have a bit higher accuracy here, or precision, compared to recall, and ideally want to have those values as close to 1 as possible, because then it will basically just be this number divided by the full row or column, and that will be the exact same number, so that equals 1. That's the ideal number. You can calculate it for a few classes together, you can calculate it for all your classes, you can calculate it for a single class. This is basically just how it works. We get it out when our training is done running. Right now we still have 40 epochs left. Once that is done, we can go inside our runs folder, see our confusion matrix, we get the image out directly, we also get the numbers where we can go in and do the calculations. But to sum it up, we have all the diagonal values divided by all the values that have a confusion matrix. That's the accuracy, precision. Could be a single class, could be multiple classes, could be all your classes. Then we take the element in diagonal, divided by the sum of a row, and for precision we take the value, sum it, and divide it with the sum of our column. This is very important when we want to evaluate our models. We can see we get the mean error position, we get the precision, recall directly out from the training results here, but could be that you want to do your own calculations or whatever reason you want to get these metrics. It's very important to understand what the metrics does. One thing is to calculate them, another thing is to understand how they act like performing, what do they mean to my model, so I can evaluate how good it is. So now our model is almost done training on this image dataset where we have around 1,000 images, and we can basically just see that our precision, recall, and all that is going up. Now it's done training, then it will do the evaluation, and we will get the results over here in our runs directory. So we have our detect, train, we have our weights, so here you can extract the best weights. We already have videos covering how you can train your own custom model on your custom dataset, the full pipeline end to end. So definitely check those out. If you just want to go in and take a look at, for example, we have the results.png. This is all the training results where we can see the losses going down, the mean error positions are going up, and also the precision recalls. So these metrics here are calculated in the exact same way as we have been discussing with our confusion matrix. So for example, here we have our confusion matrix.png. This is what we get out. We can see we do a pretty good job on the buffalo, also pretty good on the elephant. We get a few missed predictions here. So we predicted none, where it should have predicted buffalo, elephant, rhino, and so on. So we miss a few predictions where it's actually gonna lower our recall. Precision is also not 100%, but it's very close, around 90% plus, so that's still very good. We can see majority of our detections are in the diagonal, and this is kind of like what we can expect from our models. We can apply the exact same things, sum it up, divide it by the rows, columns, or all the elements. You can do it for the individual classes as well. Here we can see the normalized matrix as well. This also gives a pretty good indication of how good are your classes, the individual classes actually performing. So you can see the elephant is performing slightly better than the buffalo, rhino, and zebra. We get some false predictions here for the background, but this is very, very good to evaluate your model, see how it is training, performing, and all that. This is how you can calculate all the metrics that you need to evaluate your model, the basic high-level ones. You can also go and take a look at the F1 curve, which basically just have all the classes. It has the precision and recall. Ideally, we want all the values to go towards 1. With Ultralytics, you have everything out of the box. Just run the training, take a look at the results, iterate on your model, and use it in your computer vision systems. Go ahead and check it out. It's just a few lines of code, and then I'll see you guys in one of the upcoming videos. Until then, happy training.